Tomorrow takes us to the 1 week point since JCPS went back to school with a new busing plan, and the fallout has been the car rider lines wrapped around schools and right into neighborhoods. Hi everybody, thanks for joining us on the WHAS11 Night Team. I'm Doug Prophet. Today, parents from Audubon Elementary School contacted us about it. WHAS11 Night Team's Taylor Woods and photojournalist Elijah McKenzie went out to see if anything is improved.
Almost 1 week since school opened for JCPS, parents say it's now time for them to do something about this. Long car lines wrapped around buildings stretching into neighborhoods.
From day one, it's done a lot better, don't get me wrong. I wish it could improve a little bit more.
Chris Medina, a parent, says the traffic jam on Hess Lane at Audubon Elementary was not the best on the first day of school.
With 2 kids all day, dropping them off, picking them up, I was in my car for at least 4.5 hours.
JCPS told us this week Audubon Elementary is a school without a crossing guard. Families dropping off and picking up have been taking cues and directions from staff in the parking lot.
So right now in the afternoons, picking up 2 kids, I'm about 2 hours right now.
By 3:51 p.m., we saw the last cars in line for pickup. With more cars on the road this year, JCPS said families who qualify could be given gas money for their trouble.
I'm not worried about that part. I just, want everything to be fluent for everybody,
Like Medina, Henry Ford Jr. is not too pleased with how the lines are going.
I didn't leave here till 4:15. And so that's ridiculous.
Ford is a grandparent who has teamed up with another family to carpool.
Basically, they take and I pick up, but gosh, the first couple of days.
So far, he says Wednesday afternoon has been the smoothest, but he's looking for a better solution. Ford says stipends are nice, but it's not enough.
That helps, but that doesn't, I just assume they keep their money and solve the problem.
He's most concerned about the flow of traffic since there is no crossing guard.
So we're talking about kids here for their safety as well. And I don't want that to happen. My grandson, it's going to be trouble.
Ford wants the district to do something soon.
Get it fixed. Get it fixed.
Hoping the lines will get better. In Louisville, Taylor Woods, WHAS 11 Night Team on your side.
Well, another problem area for parents has been at Schaffner Traditional Elementary School. The Shively school sits right on Crumbs Lane, which is a small 2-lane road. Parents have been forced to sit right out on the 2-lane road for well over an hour at times, waiting for the students. You can see the video right here. In an email from the school posted to social media, parents were told that they could not park on Crumbs Lane. The school saying it was a reminder from Shively police, leading many parents to believe that they could be ticketed for waiting to pick up their child. Well, in a statement to us from Shively Police, they say in part, "We have no desire to punish parents of children for issues outside of their control. Our department will not ticket parents unless there's a safety issue or their actions are causing property damage," end quote. Still, parents remain frustrated.
First day, an hour, 45 minutes just to drop my niece off to school. Ridiculous. I'd be ready to pull my hair out at the end of the day. I can't take it no more. I don't know what's going on, but we need to do something. Something has to be changed. Something has to be done.
We did talk to JCPS earlier today about the long car lines, and again, we touched base with them again tonight. JCPS says they are evaluating the car lines at all JCPS schools, and they have already seen improvements at some schools. But they are saying that it's going to take about some more time to work out all of the issues, and they're asking for patience as they continue to adjust their traffic patterns around the schools.
There was a couple screens as we got hit.
Brand new tonight and only on the WHAS 11 Night Team. He's the bus driver whose bus was rear-ended as he tried to transport students home. Speaking exclusively to us right now about this crash, Michael Kane, who is only in his 2nd year on the job, is already being hailed as a hero. Well, Kane was driving that school bus in Clarksville, Indiana, when he noticed a speeding car approaching from behind. That was yesterday afternoon. Today, he talked only to WHAS 11 Night Team's Alex Dieterer and photojournalist Aspen Hester, describing the moments before and after the impact.
You do, when you take off this morning, you do have an extra, sense of what can happen.
Michael Kane has that feeling even after driving for Clarksville schools for 2 years. Now, police are calling him a hero for his quick moves. When he and 9 students were hit by this white car, he's talking for the first time about his decision.
You stop and just kind of take a breath and then just kind of check on the kids, you know, make sure everybody's okay.
Kane and all the students on board were uninjured, but the car driver was seriously hurt. Now, Kane stands next to the bus he was driving, where you can see a side ripped up and a dent bumper.
As I'm coming to the stop sign, you know, you're always kind of looking in your mirrors around and looking at the kids and looking out. And I just happened to look up and thought, oh man, he's not, you know, and he barely hit the brakes and run right into the back of us.
The crash happened here at Stansifer Avenue and South Clark Boulevard at a four-way stop in what's seemingly a quiet intersection that wasn't the case on Tuesday.
Clarksville Police Department calling him a hero. They credit his quick instincts to move the bus forward and avoid what could have been a terrible, even fatal crash.
You know, knew he was going to hit us, so I actually tried to take off again.
The Clarksville Police Department called you a hero. How does that make you feel?
Well, it's good, but I'm not a hero for sure. But it was more divine intervention is what that was.
Kane says he took the job over a year ago after he saw a need in Clarksville for more bus drivers.
Yeah, just trying to get the kids taken care of.
And sharing this message to other drivers on the road.
You know, people seems like nowadays are speeding everywhere, trying to get somewhere in a hurry. So just slow down and get home safe.
With a smile on his face and a glance in his rearview mirror, Kane gets ready for another day on the route. In Clarksville with photojournalist Aspen Hester, Alex Dieterer, the WHAS 11 night team on your side.
Heads up and so alert. Hey folks, that's what you want to see. Also, again, police say no one on the school bus was injured, but the driver in the other vehicle does have serious injuries and he was taken to U of L Hospital. Well, today the Jefferson County coroner identified the two men who were killed in a triple shooting near late night bars on Baxter Avenue in the Highlands. It happened before 2 a.m. Sunday morning. The coroner says 20-year-old Michael Batchelor Jr. and 29-year-old Monte Wade both died from being shot several times. A third man who had been shot later arrived at Norton Hospital on Dutchman's Lane and is expected to survive. Police in Jeffersonville have arrested a man after they say he came heavily armed right to the police station and threatened police officers there. Drone video released from Jeffersonville Police shows what happened, shows the actual standoff in the parking lot between police and Derek Avery on Monday afternoon this week. You see that car right there? Well, according to police, Avery had called 911 earlier in the day to request police come to his apartment complex so he could file a complaint. According to the officers, Avery told the call taker he would be armed with a rifle and a handgun. Police attempted to de-escalate the situation over the phone, but then Avery allegedly told officers if they wouldn't come to him, he was going to drive right to the police station, and that's what he did, as you see right here. When Avery arrived at the station, SWAT in that armored vehicle, along with numerous officers, were waiting for him, and the drone video shows him climbing from the car window and being taken into custody without any incident. As you see that happening, that moment right there, Avery was arrested and faces charges of intimidation and intimidation with a deadly weapon. The Jefferson County Clerk's office was front and center with Kentucky lawmakers today explaining the ransomware attack that shut the office down, and only WHAS 11 News was in Frankfort for the report that was released today. The office revealing today a Russian group named Ransom Hub has claimed responsibility through the dark web. The clerk's office also saying the group claims to hold about 50 gigabytes worth of their data, and the group says they plan to release that information if the ransom is not paid by Saturday.
There's no way of knowing for sure what they have, but it is a lot more of our personnel data than anything that the public would be worried about.
At no time did the clerk's office engage in communication or negotiations with the hackers, nor did Mrs. Holtzclaw ever consider making any form of ransom payment.
Now the clerk's office is calling on Kentucky lawmakers to do more on beefing up cybersecurity. The clerk's office did say they are still checking their data to see what, if anything, is missing. They also said today that your public information has been safe the entire time. Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg today shedding more light on why he fired his deputy chief of staff, Keisha Dorsey. Greenberg, during his weekly briefing today, accused Dorsey of falsifying timesheets for work that was never done. Today, Dorsey denied the accusation, holding firm that she was wrongfully fired while on family and medical leave. Greenberg says Dorsey made misleading statements about other women who work in his administration.
Their names are now being publicized without their permission, without their support, without their knowledge. And that's a shame.
Every day, people, women, go unnamed and harmed in this administration because they are afraid.
At issue are situations like the 3-week trip Dorsey took late last year. She calls it a sabbatical. Timesheets obtained by WHAS11 News reveal she did record working hours through a significant portion of that span. Dorsey maintains that paid time off was approved and the mayor's office knew about it beforehand. She has denied the claims about her work attendance, saying even when she wasn't in the office, she was still working and sending out emails. And now another top Greenburgh official is also leaving his administration. Pat Malloy announcing today he's going to be stepping down as deputy mayor for economic development. Malloy has only been a part of the Greenburgh administration for 15 months. Today, Malloy said he was proud to have served in this administration.
It's easy to sit on the sidelines. It's easy to carp. It's easy to complain when the answers, frankly, are just to get involved and roll up your sleeves, make mistakes, hire people, try to make change, go fight for legislation. And that's what this guy to my right does every single day.
Malloy never took a full salary for his work during his time there. He led Louisville's economic development cabinet, which included the Department of Economic Development, the Office of Housing and Community Development, Codes and Regulations, and the Office of Planning. He also helped create the Louisville Economic Development Alliance.